Okay, welcome to the video tutorial for doing a very simple stop motion video. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to download a zip file, mouse raw.zip. Okay, then the next thing you need to do is to unzip the folder. Okay, so that, and then you can take a look inside this folder. You can see that it consists of 25 still images and also 3 music files. Okay, due to licensing issue, I'm not including the music file. You will have to find your own music. Alright, okay, so let's close this. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to launch Premiere Pro Creative Cloud. Okay, then click on New Project. Okay, then once you have the new project window, go to Browse. Okay, then the very first thing you should do is always to create a new folder for every video project. So click on New Folder, and then I'm going to call it Mouse Demo Project. I always end my folder name with a project so that I know this is a project folder. Okay, click on Create and make sure it's selected, then click on Choose. Okay, under name, I'm just going to call it, give you a relevant name called Mouse Demo. Okay, then you can take a look here. Okay, under renderer, it really depends. If you're higher end computer, you can use hardware acceleration. If not, you just use software. I'm just going to use software to demonstrate today. Okay, then scratch this, make sure it's all the same as project. Okay, once done, you can click on OK. Okay, now the Premiere Pro interface has loaded. Okay, the very first thing you need to do, go to Premiere Pro, the main menu, then go to Preference, go to General. Okay, under Preferences, okay, go to see Still Image Default Duration. Make sure it is the default is 150 if I'm not wrong. Okay, make sure you change to 5. Okay, the reason is because we're going to do a 5 frame per second stop motion video. We are in PAL land here, so it's 25 frames per second. So if I want 5 images in 1 second, so each image should last for 5 frames. Okay, so click on OK. Then the next thing, go to the project panel, then double click on import media to start. Once you double click, you will see the import window. Then go to the folder that you have just unzipped. Okay, now before we do this, sorry, let me just do something. Go to Finder, and then make sure you move this folder inside the mouse demo project. Okay, this is so that all my assets are inside the project folder. This will enable you to move your whole project easily to another computer if necessary. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, import media to start. Okay, go to mouse raw. Click on the first image. You can just click on Command A to select everything, or Control A on the Windows, and then click on import. Okay, once all the video assets have been imported, you can scroll and take a look here. Okay, you can double click so that you can see on the source monitor, the preview panel. Okay, you can also listen to the sound. Okay, now another way to view your assets in the project panel is to use the switch between icon and list view. Okay, if you switch to icon view, then you can see them. But list view helps you to enable you to see more assets if you have a smaller screen. Okay, so doesn't matter which one you use. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to create a new sequence. Okay, by right, if this is a video asset, you can just drag your media inside the timeline, and Premiere Pro Creative Cloud will automatically create a sequence based on your video setting, original video setting, based on what you have already recorded. So if you recorded AVC HD 720p25, your timeline will automatically be set to that setting. But the thing is that we are using photos here, images here, so there isn't any video setting to begin with, so we need to create our new sequence manually. So go to File, New, and then Sequence. Okay, so I'm going to choose AVC HD 720p 720p 25. Of course, you can work with 1080, but I'm just going to choose AVC HD 720p 25. Okay, it's a smaller file to work with. Okay, then I'm going to click OK. So there we get our timeline. It's called sequence 01. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select on the first image, and then I'm going scrolling down. Then I'm going to hold the shift button and I'm going to click on 25. Okay, so now I simultaneously selected all 25 images. Okay, now click on the icon. Always click on the icon, not the text. Okay, click on the icon, drag over, and put under V1 video track. Okay, once I put here, it's too small to be seen. You have to zoom in, use the zoom bar to zoom in. And then now we can see all our images. Okay, you can scrub through the timeline. Use your mouse, put over this bar here. This is called scrubbing. Okay, you click and drag, and you can scrub through the video, or you can click on the space bar or use this button to play and pause. Alright, okay, so we get our in a way we have already gotten our stop motion video. Okay, but there are more things to be done. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, click on the first clip, the first photo. Okay, then go to Window, go to Effect Control. Okay, the shortcut key is actually Shift 5. Okay, so go to Effect Controls window. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand the motion section. Okay, now because the photo is actually much bigger than the video format. The video format is actually 1280 by 720. Okay, 1280 by 720. So I'm going to reduce the scale to match the video. Okay, so I'm going to drag to the left. Okay, we do not want the ugly black bars at the side. Okay, so we're going to expand it again. Okay, it's roughly 78, 79, but I'm just going to put it at 80. Another way is you can just type it in. Okay, 80 and then press enter. Okay, so now my first clip is at scale 80%, but the others are not. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on the first clip, then click on copy. Okay, then now select, make sure you're using the selection tool. Okay, select from the second clip onwards all the way to the end. Okay, so now they're all selected. Then I'm going to just choose one of them. I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste attributes. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm trying to copy the scale attribute. Okay, just now I changed to 80, so I'm going to copy the 80% over to the rest. Okay, this is a very fast way of doing things. Okay, click on OK, and there you go. You can see that the whole video is now 80%, or the images are at 80%. Okay, now you see this red bar here, it means that Premiere Pro may not be able to play back your video in real time. So what you need to do, you need to render. Okay, you need to render your video. Okay, the shortcut key will be the press enter key, so I'm going to just press enter here. Once you render, it takes a bit of time depending how fast your computer is. Okay, once you render, you can see that it has turned to green. Okay, green means that Premiere Pro can now play back your video in real time. Okay, so I'm just going to play back. Okay, so this is how the video looks like. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to insert the music. Okay, I'm going to scroll down, find my music. It's called Limehouse Rag Stinger. Okay, I'm going to, again, remember to click and drag the icon. Okay, and I'm going to drag it here into A1 audio track. It's the audio track. Okay, if I click on the name, sometimes you will become renaming, so you always click on the icon. Alright, now just let me zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to play it. Okay, I'm going to end my title. I'm going to put a title here, around here. Okay, but it's very hard to see, so I'm going to expand the audio track. You can see when you put your mouse over here, the cursor has changed, so you can now expand the audio track. Okay, once you expand the audio track, you can see the audio waveform. Okay, so I can use the mouse left and right arrow key to pinpoint where I want to place my title. Okay, I'm going to place it here. Okay, so now place the timeline indicator here. Okay, the next thing, go to title, the new title, default still. Okay, everything is okay, just click OK. And then you get the title editor. Now click on the type tool. And then just click somewhere here. Okay, I'm going to choose Futura font. If you don't like Futura font, you can choose something else. Yeah, I'm just going to choose Futura font. Okay, so yeah, what did I do? Okay, so choose Futura font. Okay, type here. Okay, I'm going to call it mouse. Simple stop motion video. Okay, click on the selection tool. I'm going to center the alignment, and then I'm going to select the mouse word. I'm going to make it bigger, much bigger. Okay, I'm going to make this line smaller so that they're aligned with each other. Okay, click selection tool again. Now there's a very simple way to position your text right in the middle. Okay, you can see over here there's two buttons here. One is to do the vertical center, the other one is to horizontal center. So you just need to click both buttons, and immediately your text is your title is centered in the video. Okay, so if you want, you can always change the color. I'm just going to make it more white. Okay, click on the color here. I'm going to make it like more white, pure white. Okay, I'm happy. Then I'm going to click on I'm going to close the window. Okay, once you close the window, you can see that you have a title asset here. If you anytime you want to re-edit the title, you just double click on the icon. It'll bring you back to the title window. Okay, and then you can re-edit. Okay, I'm just going to close it. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click and drag on the title. Okay, I'm going to place it right at where I position my timeline indicator. Okay, so now I'm going to play. Okay, my title is has appeared and disappeared too fast. Okay, I'm going to lengthen the title. I'm going to put it. Once you put your mouse at the end of the clip, you can see that the cursor has changed. It's changed to trim mode, so you can make it lengthen the clip. Okay, it's still slightly too short, so I'm going to lengthen it even more. Okay, I'm happy now. If you want, you can always add a fade at the back. Okay, go to Effects panel, go to Video Transition, go to Dissolve, and then add Deep to Black right at the back. Okay, then you can shorten the Deep to Black. Okay, so I have a fade at the back. Okay, maybe I want to just lengthen the whole thing a bit. Right, so and once you see red, you can click on the Enter key to render again. Okay, so that now it turns to green, means you can play back in real time. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, go back to Project Panel. Okay, then I'm going to add the eating and puke sound effect. Okay, so I'm going to locate where I want to add the eating effect. Okay, it's around here. You can see that our mouse start eating the pin. Okay, remember sound usually travels slower than light. Sorry, there's a fact, sound travels slower than light. So usually we see it and then we hear it. So there's a slight delay. Okay, so maybe just around here. Okay, so I'm going to add the eating here into A2 or A2 audio track. Okay, so again, I'm going to locate where he finished eating. So he swallowed the last pin, then maybe I just go a bit further. Remember, sound travels slower than light. Okay, then I'm going to go to the end of the eating audio track. I'm going to trim it now. Alright, so now we have the eating. Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit longer so that it sounds nicer. Okay, so that you can finish eating and digestion. Okay, then the next thing is the mouse puking is around here. As you can see that the mouse has peeled the pin. Okay, so I'm going to add the peeled sound. Okay, so I'm just going. I think we're almost done. Let me just play back again. Okay, very nice. Okay, now the next, our stop motion video is done. The next thing we're going to do, go to File, go to Export, and then go to Media. We're going to render the video, our video into an actual video file. Okay, so click OK. Okay, and then the Export settings window will appear. Okay, now make sure under Format, choose H.264. This is one of the most universal video format at the nowadays. Okay, and then preset. Okay, I'm going to choose HD 720p25. That was our sequence setting. Okay, then the next thing, go to the output name, click on the orange text here, and then the window will appear. So the Save As window will appear. Okay, I'm going to call it mouse stop motion video. Okay, and then I'm going to click Save. Okay, it's not yet done. The rest can just keep it as it is. Okay, and then I'm going to click on Export. The default setting is fine, yeah? So you just click on Export. It shouldn't take too long, depending on the speed of your computer. Okay, once you're done, you can go to Finder. Oh yes, you should remember to save your project. Always remember to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to save. Okay, and I'm going to Finder. So you can see our exported video is over here. I'm going to double click, launch it in QuickTime Player. Let me just resize it a little bit. Okay. Okay, and that's the end of a very simple demonstration on creating a very simple stop motion video. Thank you for watching.